work in the morning.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
How
Oh
excellent.
Lord.
Grace, you ready to sing?
I don't have work.
Who's about?
Wait, she was not playing no games. Okay, that's the intro. That's the intro. Episode 4 to Who's About Pod. We are
What's
back. We
poppin',
are back. We
blood?
are back. We are back. How does it feel?
Wow. We made it to episode
Nobody's
4.
excited? Nobody's excited.
I'm very
Okay.
proud of us.
We all sat here like,
All right. We got a
Yeah.
good episode for you guys today. It's gonna be real good juice. Juice. So
Poncho.
Tampico. Where's
Tampico is syrup. Okay.
It is.
Yeah, that's
powder.
syrup.
Tampico
Powder.
by
It's not syrup.
itself is the
All
most
you
disgusting
need to
thing.
do is mix that with some good stuff. You wouldn't
What
even
is
tell
good
the difference.
stuff?
Oh,
That is
my
the good
God.
stuff done.
You mix it with
Horrible.
Kool-Aid and
No,
ginger.
Kool-Aid
Okay.
is
You
syrup.
want
I was
kill
gonna
me
say-
off,
I was
Dave.
gonna say,
Kool-Aid and ginger. That's a good funeral juice
They
right there.
put
Yeah,
Tampico
right.
for children's church. Didn't they
Kool-Aid
put
and ginger.
for children's church? Didn't they put Sprite in the Kool-Aid?
Grace.
Your mom used to do that, Davon.
I didn't know that this was the Let's Go Down Memory Lane with Grace and David.
Alright.
She's supposed to be singing. She go down
Because-
my
God.
Grace, please
What
sing
this
our
was.
song again and then do the question of the day. Because
Thank you.
Lord,
The who's about?
thank you very much.
The question of the day, Grace.
Question of the day.
Not the dog.
That's staying in.
Oh,
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
What even happened?
Yeah, that's staying in. That's staying in the episode. You heard it here first.
No,
Yo.
no.
For you guys that are
Rewind.
listening on
Rewind.
streaming platforms, I apologize. I
Rewind.
sincerely apologize. You have to go to YouTube to see this, but
Yeah,
that was funny.
That was a
You're
little commercial.
dying right now.
Oh,
We didn't
man.
even see what happened. We just saw Grace's
Nope.
face and we said, Jesus.
Yeah, That's it. Watch out.
Wait, what is happening?
No, I know.
He
Check
probably
over
vomit.
No, because Grace, what is really occurring?
He probably vomit because she covered her face. That is funny.
Yeah.
No, him farting.
No.
Him farting.
No,
Yeah, he
no,
did. He
something.
had
Food
to.
in the house?
In vomit.
Grace, just unmute so we can't hear Wagwan.
Yeah, you're muted.
We caught a mouse and bears tried to eat it.
Oh, no.
And so Donovan screamed at the mouse, "You know, I have a dog that liked to yam rat."
No,
dead now.
can't toast it up.
You guys were on mute. Oh my gosh. I'd love to
It's
hear
dead
that.
now.
Yo, I wish you did.
Grace has a camera. Grace has a camera.
Yo,
You have to
anyone
show
at
me
the
this
camera,
video.
they
Please
will
don't move it
sketch
from
Yeah.
me. That is all I
100%.
asked is for you to move it from me.
Oh, is it dead?
Grace.
Get one back there.
It dead.
Grace.
You
You gotta
eat it
look
and
back
chew
on
it?
it.
In choop on it?
No, her
He was
face.
about to put it in his mouth. He opened his mouth and bit it. And then that's when he
Ah.
screamed, Varys.
Yeah.
That
Varys.
is funny.
Come here,
Can look me
Varys.
again.
Come
Right,
on,
he can't
boy.
sleep tonight.
Okay, so the question of the day. Oh, you ate a mouse.
She said, "You ate a mouse."
Oh, the boo-boos. Oh.
Grace, you got yeah, for replay it on the camera.
If you have it, you send it to me. It's going in. It's going in.
Shay, you said
need
that
to brush
last
his
week
teeth.
and it never
No,
went.
because y'all
didn't
kept telling me put it in.
No.
But like, no, I'm not going back
it's
to go
the
find a
fact that the
timestamp.
first 3 episodes,
We were like, it's gonna be right here.
And
Yeah.
it was no
put it right
Y'all
here.
keep telling me, y'all
No
keep
clip
doing
is
that like
the
I'm gonna
first thing
remember
episode.
where. I'm gonna have to go listen to the whole video just to go find it. I'm not doing it.
Yes, we need the watch minutes.
And then when I was editing, it's like I'm gonna have to go. I usually do it like 2:00 in the morning, so I gotta go call you guys to go send me the video. I'm not doing it. But so I'm gonna cut out this
The
section.
one time you don't want to text at 2 a.m.
Yeah, when do I ever text y'all so late?
TikToks every hour of the
That's
hour.
you.
All
I
right.
might send
It's you,
one to
but
the
you
group
as
chat.
well.
Let's try
All
this
right.
again.
So take
Yeah.
two.
No,
The Grace
two.
has
Question of the day.
Question of the
I'm
day.
leaving the
first.
majority of that just
guys.
happened. That was funny.
So the question of the day is, how long should you be engaged for? Dum dum dum.
Not the dum dum dum.
But
Like, being that you asked the question, you can answer it first.
I
How long is
believe,
too long is the question.
huh?
How long is too long?
I think
It's
over a
good.
year is too long.
Over
Yeah.
a year is too long.
to be engaged, that's
To
too
be
long.
engaged, yeah.
Not to be in a relationship. To be engaged over a year. To be engaged is
be
long.
To be engaged
Engaged?
over a year is too long because 6 months is short. A
6
year
months is the church recommendation.
First of
Right.
all, I don't know
Six
what
months
church
is
you heard
madness.
that.
Whoa,
I have
wait.
never heard
And
that
let me try-
ever.
Let's stop. Davon, you stop.
Ever.
You stop.
Never
Ever.
knew.
So then they want
go
you
ask
by
your parents.
tomorrow? How's that possible?
And
No, please
all
do
our
not call
prosperous,
names.
if you are
big,
watching
big
this,
pizza.
we do apologize. We don't mean to talk. See on here. All right.
You
Praise
the one
the
that
Lord.
brought his name into it. They
I
didn't know
mean,
who-
like,
Well-
with the accomplices again. They just talk.
Every
Who
cream
won?
and
they didn't know. Yes, They yes, didn't I'm know. taking it. They didn't know
I'll
that
put
we
you
were
in the
pussy.
waiting room. I'll put you back in the waiting room.
Put me back. Put me back.
Anyway,
Do it.
so like I was saying,
I was really gonna do it, you know.
I have never heard this thing about being married within 6 months ever.
Yeah.
I asked my mother, she was like, "No, what is that?"
No, even my mom. My mom was like,
No,
"It's not
I
feasible,
heard it when
but
I
it's
moved
the
to
truth."
Jersey.
Thank you. I'm so glad
I think that's
that
the
we
dumbest
crossed
thing.
Jersey.
over.
6
My
months.
mom's-
Who
my
can
mom
plan
said
a
it
wedding in
straight
6
up.
months?
My mom said it straight up. She was like, "It's not very feasible, but that's what they taught, especially back in Jamaica. They used to teach."
That's
in
a
Jamaica,
joke.
and that's
And
where
which
that,
Jamaica?
that's exactly where that's migrating from and coming up here.
Yeah,
I've never
Up here
heard
with his
that.
bags
I
and-
I'm
was
not Jamaican,
Pack his
so
bags and come
that
and
don't
live in
apply to
foreign.
me.
I
I'm
was
Antiguan,
born
so-
and
No, we're
raised.
not.
Now make
We're
it
not
fly,
talking
yeah.
about just anybody born and raised in Jamaica. We're talking about
It
our
don't apply
church.
to me.
Jamaican.
Yo,
I've never.
It don't
I've
apply
never
to me
heard of
either.
it. Like
It don't
tonight was
apply
the
to
first
me.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
6
I'm
months?
There's no-
never-
It's not feasible.
Never.
6 months too short, but like unless
Yeah.
you were
1
planning
year
ahead
is
of time.
also pretty short. Let's
To
be
be
clear.
engaged. All right, Shabe. You're going.
No,
a little
I'm
far.
not even dragging it. I'm not.
You're going a
dragging
One
little far.
year
To be
is-
engaged
Hear
for
me
that
out.
long is it's
No,
kind of
yeah.
ridiculous.
Hear me
You
out.
do
One
it.
year,
Kinda
1 year and a
agree with
week is
Shabe.
okay. 1 year and a week.
Yeah.
Like if
No,
you
I
get
kind of agree with
engaged,
Shabi, and I think I know
Thank
where
you,
Shabi
D.
is going. Go
Thank you,
ahead.
D. Thank you. Thank you,
Go
D.
actually go on. Come on, hear this.
Thank you.
Go
I'm not
ahead.
saying that you need to be engaged for like 3 years. That's dragging it. You're extending
yeah, that's
extending your lifestyle. But if you need to be engaged for a year and a month, a year and 2 months, in order to get things in order or in order to make sure things are aligned and to have the right resources and things like that,
right. If
that is
you're
fine. But you telling me I must cut off. So if I wanted, say, a fall wedding, you're gonna tell me I have to get engaged at a certain time of the year? You're full
No,
of crap.
okay, Shabe.
You're full of crap.
Shabe.
You're
Shabe.
saying
if it's
a
just
year.
the wedding
Come
you're
on now.
waiting
No,
for,
no,
then
no, no,
Come
no,
on
no.
now,
different,
Shabe.
but
You're saying engaged for a year. A year is a year, period.
Shabe.
So
Come
is
on.
it 1 calendar year or chat? Or are we talking 12 months? How? Because honestly,
one
you tell
calendar
someone.
year to
in-
what?
if we're talking in other people's mindsets, they're gonna say, okay,
Tomato,
12 months
tomato.
from the day of engagement.
Shabe.
So
That-
like
uh,
you get engaged. This is because you're just talking pure fart in my ears.
What am I saying? Like,
If you
what are you doing
get
now?
engaged in like June, right? I would say you have the time frame of like so if you get engaged June 2022, you have to get married between April 2023 and September 2023. Like you have that
It's a
gap.
big time gap.
So
But that's the time
wait.
to save your
I'm not
money.
feeling that.
No. I agree
counseling.
with the April, but all the way to September is a little excessive.
Okay,
Grace,
so
Grace,
August. But you need time to
I'm
do
saying
counseling.
November.
You need the time to do the
Planning a wedding is a
planning.
lot.
Yeah, you need the
Exactly. That's why you
time.
need the
Just
extra
trying to
time.
say.
So all right,
You need the
wait,
time
wait,
for
wait.
A
marriage
year
planning.
is a good enough
All
time.
right, let's hear Dio because I don't
Wait.
understand what's going on in this conversation.
So I agree with Shabe, but I also disagree because
You
all
don't
right,
get to
so
disagree.
it's basically like this. It depends. Like, let's say these two people are working like
These two persons.
nothing.
You're the
How like 1 year is not gonna suffice for planning like a decent wedding. Like we know you have bills. Like within this year, you have bills. You have this. You have that. You have all of this to take care of. 1 year, like Dan and Grace can tell you to say 1 year of like if you did a work a regular job would not suffice. So I had a small wedding, guys, and I love it, and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I had
Okay, watch
not
out,
to
Now we're
Jay.
worry
just
about
smiling.
anything,
Right? I was about to say, now
Very
we're just
upping.
smiling.
but also I did not wait till a year. I got engaged probably like 4 months,
She said,
3 months before.
She asked
We,
herself to marry. She said, me.
no, but it was
I'm
it's not we. Me never engaged to OJ. It's I. No.
You
Anyways,
know what? Engaged to OJ.
We got engaged. You guys
yeah,
engaged
so
each
it's
other.
I. Anyways,
OJ
so it was
engaged
like
married
Hey,
herself.
Breedy. Hi,
Don't
got
worry.
it.
it was
engaged
less
you.
than it was like so it was like 3 months, 3.5 months basically.
Wow,
And
that's nice.
but we had a small wedding, a very small wedding.
Yeah, you can do
We
that.
actually
You
wanted
cannot do
to
that.
go to the courthouse because to be honest, people are gonna come at your wedding and them just gonna say, oh, that dress never look good. Oh, the cake never tastes
Crosses.
good. Whatever, whatever, whatever. And then go home. After you
We
spend
know
your
a
bag
couple
of money,
people.
whatever.
I'm
Like
my wedding.
that's my view, and I do appreciate like a big nice wedding, but personally for me,
That
I
would be me.
did not like. I don't think I wanted a big wedding. Even if I was to do it over, I would just have close friends and family, and I don't have a lot of friends, and I don't have a lot of family, so
So you'd
yeah.
have
So
It would have worked out.
here's my thought.
Hmm.
You get engaged.
Hmm.
You stay engaged until you find a date that is suitable for you. What does that mean? I love the month of September. I would love to get married in September. So if I don't get engaged until June, you think I'm getting married that September? I'm waiting till the next September. That's 15 months.
Exactly.
But what I'm not going to do is say, oh man, I got engaged tomorrow, February, and it's not, I can't make it to this September, so I'm gonna go all the way to the next September. No, you just find a new date, or you find your way to get engaged that year. You understand what I'm saying?
And then, yeah, I agree with that. And then that also could be like a case where you would know when to get engaged in a sense, if that makes sense. So
No, it's
like you know that let's say for instance let's say for instance, you guys have been dating. I was about to say something, Kayla. But you guys have been dating and you already know like we're gonna get married eventually, but we're not engaged yet, but we're dating. From now, you're gonna already put things together for the wedding. Remember,
Exactly.
right? So you're not engaged as it. So
exactly.
when you
have-
get
Very
engaged,
forwarded
you're-
towards me.
We have friends.
No.
We have friends that
Mhm.
got engaged October and was married December that same year because they had the thing. Granted, we have whatever, but they thought about stuff the whole year so that when they got
Right.
engaged, it was like, even though we would love to wait, let's just rush and get this done because we already
Right.
been thinking since January. So even though they only had 2 months of engagement planning, they've been planning their wedding since January. So you have to think about stuff like that where it's like, yeah, I would love to spend the next, like if I get engaged June, but I already planned the whole wedding, I get married the next day if I want to. I'm not gonna do that, but if I wanted to, I could.
Yeah.
I think the
I mean,
issue
some
falls
people
in-
have, let's get married right now, and they
Hey,
have
we
a
have
couple
another
years
friend that
starting.
did that. Well, let me not. So I don't know if he did that. Don could probably attest better than that. But the guy literally was like, "I found my
Yes.
wife. Boom, we're getting married. Boom." It's like, what?
Yeah.
You could do that if you want. Granted, in that case, there wasn't any
Gracie,
planning
can you
ahead
whisper
of
into the mic?
And so there was like this other thing, like being that on this topic. So it's like personal, like for me, I didn't care about like being engaged. I am different, and don't listen to me if you're lovey-dovey and all of that. Like it wasn't here nor there for me because we have been dating like since
900
forever,
years.
right? So it's like, oh,
Since
engage
the
is
lazy
just like,
river?
okay, this is just like, to me, it was just like, okay, I loved it, I appreciated it, but like, we're date forever. Like, why you get engaged to me? Let's just get married. Why not? Like, what's the whole point
So
of buying a ring to engage,
wait,
then buying another ring to get
I
married?
don't know if I
Are
can get behind that
are you
one.
referring to you or are you referring
Yeah,
to
She
herself.
said referring to herself.
For myself, like
Well,
personally,
you
it was
guys,
here nor
you guys
there.
been dating from one day in I womb.
She said that.
So,
She
yeah.
literally
said
No,
that.
no. But here's the difference. The difference in my case, in terms of like, for you didn't want a big wedding. I feel like the engagement process is just to warn people, like, I'm getting married.
Something.
If you know you
That's
about to
true.
get an invite, prepare.
That's
You're not
true.
about to tell me
Yeah.
I can't come now. No.
That's true.
This
You
is
have a
the
point.
notice to the world. I am getting married. Get yourself
all
ready
of
to
the
come to my
dates.
wedding. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
y'all talking about, oh, sorry, I can't get up. No, ticket will
Sister
buy. I don't
so-and-so.
care. Make sure you're there. But then it's also
Yeah.
a notice to everybody else. Hey, I'm getting married. Don't be shocked if you don't come to my
Right.
wedding. I'm letting you know
So-
now.
I mean, people were very fortunate during the time of COVID to
Oh
be able to
man,
have
What?
you missed a
weddings
prime
and
opportunity.
Zoom
Oh
and all of
man.
that. I
I feel
just
like it was a
want
hit
to
or
cuss
miss.
my future wife now because we didn't get married during COVID.
During COVID, yo.
And we could have done this
Missed
and
the
been
prime
married
opportunity.
and been good and
Save
not
good
worry
money too.
about.
Wait,
But it's
maybe
okay.
next time
I feel like Zoom.
a Panasonic will come around when
No.
Yeah.
We get one every 100
Not
years.
even
You
too
missed the boat.
late. Too late.
Too late. Spanish flu come. We get the Spanish Corona, Flovid, whichever one you want to call it.
Fluvid.
It's
No.
all of them
Nah,
come
at
one
this
time. This was
point-
one big tsunami of cold. Just
Nah,
that was
we
Yeah.
missed the boat because those only come around once every 100 years. We
Yeah,
missed the boat.
so- now once they say, oh, when the WHO, the World Heart, whatever the CDC people,
What is really going
whenever
on right now?
whenever they say that we are clear, we saw it because everybody want to come at the wedding. Everybody want, I want to
Yo.
put on a nice gown.
No, but
and then
even
your big
now,
old
like,
fat belly
even
come out
then-
with wedding and just look crazy.
No, even now, venues are booked till 2024
Bro.
because people backed up.
25.
Even the people that had Zoom weddings are still booking
Going
out
back.
venues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's
literally,
something
literally.
about having the grandiose and
Yeah.
having the people there.
You could wait. You could
And
wait.
that-
You're already
For
married.
y'all.
You're already having the
For
sex.
y'all.
Enjoy the sex.
Everybody-
Let everybody else who don't get
As-
married yet have their
No,
wedding.
as
And
I
then you
said
get
that,
married 3 years later. Have your
as I
sex
said
and
that
enjoy.
they-
People
Devon-
happy. Why can't
Even
we make
about
people
sex,
happy?
like that also is like a reason why some people like or get engaged or like people who believe in sex after marriage. I did
Believe
not.
me.
But
Cross.
so people who believe in sex after marriage, they like persons
OJ,
like
well,
that,
I'm
like,
him. Just a chill out. You know, man. That's class.
to get engaged.
Full transparency. See us over there.
What was I
So,
say? We got-
yeah, I
Don't see us
personally
nowhere.
I did not ever believe in that because
Oh,
but
they like,
persons who do believe
Emily,
in
please
that,
don't watch. Emily,
No
please
offense.
don't watch.
In what?
but yeah, people who actually
Oh,
do
Jesus.
believe in that, I'm not like going against you or whatever, but like people like that normally like hurry get engaged, hurry, get
People
married
burning.
because
That's why you're
Don,
burning.
can I do it for you?
Burning
Can I do
like
it for you, Don?
fire.
Okay.
To the church people who are watching.
Hey, don't incriminate yourself, yo.
Hey,
Be
listen,
more quiet.
I- A young age, my father tell me, say, me must go test the waters and make sure
Please,
things
let's
working.
stop it.
Things have to work, If it's
like,
I never listened to my father before, that one good thing. All right.
no,
You
it's
don't want to get a
like,
bottle of Chanana and beer peanuts in there. You want to make sure that the Chanana is Chanana.
Tabaklawa?
Chanana, Grace. No, Grace Chanana.
I had to bring it to layman's terms for Grace.
Yeah.
Oh,
Since
man,
watchers weren't working
that
too
is
Grace, I
well.
see that, and we appreciate you for who you are.
But
But
yeah.
back to the engagement. I
No,
think that it's just important that you remember that you got engaged. Because if you're engaged to the point where you don't remember, like I know someone who has been engaged for 15 years, okay?
No.
Had kids, had all of those things, and got married when they were like 45 or something like that.
No.
Okay?
God, no.
Don't
I
forget
mean,
to engage. Don't forget.
yeah.
Just don't forget. Plain and
And
simple.
honestly, like, we're not like whatever we said is not like what you supposed to do, or you know, whatever. It's
Of
like
course, everybody
at the
do whatever
end
they
of the
want to do,
day,
but
it's really
just-
right. At the end
just
of the
don't
day, it's
forget.
really your choice. If you want for 5 years, I mean, you know, I won't judge you, but I'm judging you. You know, if you want to go, whatever it is, like it's really on you. Like the decision you make, like. I mean, things can happen, and you know, you
of
delay it or
course.
whatever. But
just don't forget. If you forget, then you're
right,
in a problem.
it's kind of like yeah.
Kay, who's that Instagram couple that they was like, oh, we got engaged 2019, we're not getting married till 2022? Like,
Oh yeah.
come on, cut it out. Cut it out.
We
But
are
I
wait
really
for.
feel like that was a
We are wait for.
yeah, that I don't know. That was
But that was their initial plan.
But
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
got
so why
engaged,
not
and then
just
a
wait
week
to
later-
get engaged?
a week later they announced we're getting married 2023. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
So
Yeah.
you knew the date from one time. So
From
why
the week
didn't just
after they
hold
got
the
engaged.
Yeah,
engagement?
but 2023, like, okay, 2022, you know,
That's still
all right,
2019.
everybody's,
That's
like,
still 2.5
going-
years.
No,
That's
I
dumb.
get that, but I'm saying, like, all right, COVID, you were scared, da da da.
There was no COVID at the time.
Did they say the reason
It was
why?
2019.
There was
No, that's
no-
just their
no.
plan.
They were
Nah, that
watching The
was-
Simpsons. They did know. They did know
There was
COVID was
their
coming.
initial plan.
Yeah.
Them did know. COVID was
Yeah.
coming. Then watch The Simpsons. The Simpsons.
That's wild.
And
Hear
they
you,
know.
The Simpsons. Hear you,
Why we have
It
to
That,
really
that
be
didn't make any sense to me.
Kayla. Okay.
But still, just don't forget you're getting married, okay? Don't let it slip your brain. Now go home
No.
and drop asleep, and then you wake up and you forget, say you engaged your girl who was dating. Just don't do it. Just don't do that. Just get married.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
All right, first topic. I heard this, was it the beginning of this year? And it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life, because it's one of those things where I like to say, serve you right. So the headline was, Drake puts hot sauce in his condoms. And I was like, now I have to look. I have to look.
No.
So
Grace,
here's what happened.
Listen, Grace, listen. Listen, Grace, please.
So I'm gonna give you some backstory. So here's what happened. Drake flew out this model. I don't know if she's an Instagram model or an actual model. Flew her out, right? They had their conjugals, and they did their thing. And after it was done, she decided, I'm about to trap Drake. This is a bag I probably won't be able to get again. Let me go reach for the condom that he threw in the garbage and inject the liquids into my insides. So she did that, and all of a sudden she go,
you can reach your fallopian tube like that?
why? She
Grace,
went,
you're a nurse. Teaching
went,
better.
ow, why does it burn? So then she go look, and it's red. And
She deserves.
then, so now she's trying to sue Drake, talking about, oh, he didn't tell me he was putting hot sauce in the condom.
Who tells
That's
people
so
that?
disrespectful. Da, 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 da. And now I'm suing him because I burned myself and blah, 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 right? So now Drake is like, I do it all the time because I know women like you trying to trap me. So I put hot sauce in the condom to kill off all the semen. And then, so when you inject it, not only is the semen dead, so you can't get pregnant, but now you burn yourself, and good, serve you right. So, like I said, serve you right. So, what say ye about such a topic like this? Because this
100%. agree because woman wicked ass stay bad. Stay bad.
You just
So
You
he
just
no,
come
so no, but she
Beyonce also does.
he flew,
Right.
So let's
he
be
flew
clear.
her to him. So I think it
I
might
think
have been
that
at
she
his house or
was
something like that.
dragging it. Like you already got flew out. You didn't pay for nothing. So then why then go the extra mile to then try to
Because
trap
child
it?
support is
It was
a
just
bag.
yes,
when you're
we
that
understand.
rich.
I understand child support is a bag, but you had to have known trapping Drake was not going to be that easy. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have made sense to just try and do something so it don't make sense. And then you're going to try and then go make a bigger poppy show of yourself. Instead of take your L in silence, you go and then go and try to
Big
sue the
poppy
man.
show.
Oh, but
And
all
then
right. So
make
the
a
worst
big
part
poppy
is
show.
right, because the worst part is like it's not that it's an accident how this pepper sauce like reach, but you go digging and then you're gonna try to sue. Like you went digging for the
Just
semen.
nasty.
On. Yo, if like there's this, it would what do you call it? Purple ivy? No, I want to call it. It itch. What name?
Poison ivy.
Poison ivy.
Poison
She said
ivy. Oh,
purple
sorry.
ivy.
No, because so in Jamaica,
mean-
no, Jamaica they call it coage. Like it itch. So like that's the only name and the only new
Well, stop
poison
looking at me,
ivy.
yo.
That's so bad, man.
Was I will.
Yeah, only new poison ivy when I came up here. But basically, I should have that thing put in there. Make sure.
But then he would have
No, that's
poisoned
bad. So, but that wouldn't have killed the sperm though. That's the only thing. So he threw the hot sauce in there to kill the sperm
That's
first.
horrible.
So
Yeah.
basically, what was I watching? I was watching another podcast. I'm not gonna plug them until we start making some money off this first. So
Yeah.
basically, what happened was they were like, can you imagine ever being so rich that you have to do that? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
You're
think I would ever want to be so, maybe not rich, so famous that I have to go to extreme measures like that. Like I got hot sauce sitting in the fridge that I have to keep to the side just for specific instances like this.
Sauce.
Like, like you have to label it like sexy.
Plan C.
Like don't
Plan
touch it.
C sauce.
Right. What
Plan
OJ
C,
say?
I'm
It's a
dead.
money move. It's a money move.
Exactly. Like, and then they were like, if I ever get that famous, like, and I ever like get a divorce or something, like, that's it. I'm not getting with nobody else, because if I gotta take extreme measures like that just to keep myself from getting trapped, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just gonna stay. I'm gonna be a eunuch for the rest. like I'm not doing
For
it.
real.
I mean,
not
at
doing
least she's
it.
spicy, she's spicy
Yeah,
for the
get
next
out of
one.
here.
But still, it's just, if you got to do that, then just don't fly her out. Just leave her and just get somebody else. You have to fly her
But
out.
it can
No, but
happen with any
almost
female.
every
Yeah,
woman
like
is like that, so
everybody
you're
wants
stuck.
the bag.
But you know
When you
what?
get to that famous.
You know what? He's a wicked man too.
No, he's not.
Why?
He gonna fly out the
No,
woman from
he's
where
not
she there.
wicked.
He gonna fly out the woman from where she there. He come have
And
sex
then-
with the man wherever he might perform, when he
And
could
then
have just, then could have hook up for a long time and get married, and engage.
Oh
wanna
my
marry
God.
her.
He
And
don't
stuff like
marry.
that.
Man,
Why would you take the time to go and buy hot sauce, pay for the woman ticket before she come?
He
have the
had
hot
hot sauce
sauce.
for his
the man
chicken
had
wings.
hot sauce in his
The
house
man
already.
want that strike, the brother.
Exactly.
What you
Listen,
mean?
I have to
He
get that
fly
straight
girls
quick.
out all the time. So it's nothing for him to
That's
fly
what
her
they
out.
do. She
She
not
knew what the
special.
assignment was when
Right.
she got the ticket information in her text message. The assignment was to come, get the job done, fly back on your return flight. The
I
job
will
was
say it
not to
again.
come
With
and try
Drake's
to
baby.
impregnate yourself, and now you got
I will
yourself
say it
burned.
So she
again.
failed the assignment. She never knew the assignment. She failed it.
Woman wicked.
Them wicked,
Do
them
not speak
wicked.
for all women. All women are
They're
not wicked.
bad.
So here's another thing. People are saying, should there be some type of like, she admitted that she tried to trap him.
Yeah, because she
Should there
burned. That's
be-
why.
No, but that's
Comes.
so people are saying, should there be some type of like, you got caught, now you have to go to jail for this? Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
not-
so.
You should have
She
ruined
or
time for
Agree.
doing the
he-
crime.
she, not him. Her
She.
Yeah.
But what
Yeah,
else?
her.
Because just
What's the crime?
just
What's the
like
crime?
how she was trying to
tried to
catch a
steal
bag.
sperm. That's a crime.
Right.
She
That
caught
should
the
be a
bag of
crime.
rat. She caught a hot spicy bag.
Yes. So like
Them
just like
police
how
be
she was trying to
off
catch a bag, it's his time to get back a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
it might not be like a criminal case, but it could be a civil case, and
I mean, he could sue her.
Yeah.
he might at this point. But
She won't get any jail time for it. There's no-
yeah, I don't think you should get jail time
There's
for it,
no
but you
legal
should definitely
crime for
get
it. But she could sue
because
her.
look, let's be
Yeah.
real. There was another story like 2-3 years ago where a lady was like, "Oh, I stole the the housekeeping lady in a hotel saw a used condom in the garbage, took it out, injected herself, got pregnant, and then she sued the guy talking about, oh, he
Right.
owed me child support, and he actually had to pay it. So it's like if you
Right.
get trapped like that and you have to pay, if someone tries to trap you and they get caught, they should have to pay.
Yeah.
You know what's so
I'm
stupid?
all in.
You know what's so
You
stupid?
gotta pay me now because you tried to trap me. Nope, give me my money.
Your girl is extremely dumb. Why would you take up a condom? Not check to make sure that nothing else infect the condom. You see the condom is red, and you just go hoof.
No, because it could have been dark. It could have been dark in the room.
You
We're
guys
not-
do it quick.
No, Davon, you gotta be real. She's not about to turn on the light in his apartment and then do that in the wide open. She probably grabbed it out the garbage in the dark and tried to do it in
So
silence.
if she was doing it in the dark, all she knows say him never did have hot sauce in the bathroom and throw away the wrapper, and she take up the wrong thing and then the condom at the wrapper.
I'm confused. Are you?
He had to have seen.
No,
the
I'm
condom.
saying
Something wrong with
after
you?
it started to burn her, she went and checked. It was one of those things like it started to burn. She probably ran to the bathroom and then realized like she
No,
put some
but
hot
I
sauce
get
in
what
there.
Davon is saying. To suction sperm out of the condom, she
Wait,
would have
wait.
had to look at it.
You guys are
But
assuming that she suctioned it. She probably just reached in and just went like that.
So in the
Mhm.
no, you
Girl
can
said I'm
smell
on Earth.
spice.
This is about to
You
give
don't have to smell
another-
it. Oh my
As
god!
a
y'all
Caribbean
thinking-
person, you can smell spice.
Hey.
When you take up and you smell
Who said
like
she was
taco,
Caribbean?
it
No,
don't
you're
move.
giving her mad credit. You giving her mad. You
Let me
giving
stop
her
being
mad
stupid.
brain credit right
No,
now. I'm not
I'm-
saying she dumb, but like you're,
I'm
you're giving
sorry.
her mad thought
I
process
don't-
right now. It
I
was a
don't
bing,
think-
bing, bing. That's it.
Right. I don't think she
It was a
had
fast
time to
process.
Smell. She was just trying to whoop whoop.
quickly before
Yeah,
he
she was
probably came
trying
out the
to
bathroom
after
and she got
that.
caught. She probably did it quick
Yep.
and then burned herself. And then she went, okay, why does this burn? Let me go run to the bathroom and see. And then she probably
Backside,
looked and it was red in there.
You should triple up.
No, man.
She's
Yo.
very foolish for that. She's very foolish.
100%.
Did you say she should?
She probably
shrivel
should have
up?
gotten blue cheese and just kind of wipe it up and try, push off the. All right, next topic, please.
Oh man, Devo, you're gonna have to go somewhere. I think
gonna
you're done
have
for
to
the
come
day.
off with
Straight to hell. Straight to hell.
Blue cheese?
I think you're done. I think you're done. Okay.
Man.
No God.
All right. So that was probably my favorite topic. Like when I saw that, I said, "Yo, she deserved everything that come her way." Yo.
Wickedness.
Never know.
Oh
True.
man, I mean, yo, I'm suing, and I'm suing for child support money. Since you tried to trap me, now give me the same amount. Give me $2,000 a month now, every month.
Pay me back for the ticket, the flight ticket.
Imagine.
So me don't pay if you come out and you try to trap me. Go back.
Exactly, try to trap me.
I mean,
Like,
you can
you know,
always
you was having-
cancel
out here
her
having a good
return
time.
flight and make her
Fly up
figure
more
it out.
often.
Ooh, that's wicked. No, but I don't think she said anything until after she went back home. She tried to sue like down the road, talking about, oh, he burned me. Yes, I don't think she said anything. All right. Next topic. This one is wicked to me. So, Brian Flores, former Miami Dolphins head coach, football. He gets fired after a winning season, right? Everyone's confused. Like, why would you fire the guy? Makes no sense, right? So he's probably the best coach available right now, going through rounds of coaching. So in the NFL, they have this thing called the Rooney Rule, like ROONEY rule, where every team that is looking for a head coach has to 100%, you have to interview a minority coach. So a black coach, Hispanic coach, whatever it is, you have to interview at least one. And they usually mean black. Like you have to interview at least one black coach, right? So the best available coach is a black guy. So, easily check the box, right? So here's what happened. He not signs up, but he gets the call to interview with the Giants on Thursday, January 27th or something like that. So on that Monday, the Monday before his interview, he gets a text from the Patriots head coach, Bill Belichick, talking about, hey, congrats on getting the job, Brian. And he's like, wait, do you know something? I don't interview until Thursday. What happened? And he's like, oh, I heard you got the job. He's like, did you mean to text me, Brian Flores, or Brian Dable, the guy who interviewed the Monday? And he's like, oh my God, is this Brian Flores? Like, he said, I effed up. I apologize. Forgive me. And then signed it off BB because Bill Belichick. So Brian Flores now is vexed because he's like, how you choose the coach before you even interview me?
You could have did at least the courtesy of interviewing him.
No, he still went through the whole interview.
Oh, he's gonna get interviewed, but they already chose
they
somebody.
They have to interview at least one black coach. So he went to the interview the Thursday, and they waited till the day. He had to because it wasn't announced.
I'm not going.
I know.
Fight me.
I know.
He went, and then the next day after he got interviewed, they're gonna say, "Oh, Brian Dable gets the job as the head coach," and he was just like, so then like 2 days after that, now he's like, "Oh, so y'all really were playing games? I'm suing because you're not the only team that did that to me." He's like, in 2019, I interviewed for the Denver Broncos head coaching position, and you guys showed up an hour late to the interview, hungover. So y'all clearly didn't care about me. And then he said, and then when I got the job in Miami that same year, that same offseason, I was offered $100,000 every loss to purposely lose. And he was like, I didn't take it because why would I accept a job to lose?
Yeah.
Because that's going to affect me every job going forward. I would never do that. So he was like, I'm suing because all these owners are racist and they're only interviewing me to check the Rooney Rule box to say that I interviewed a black guy so that they can go hire their white friend, their whatever. So he's suing now, and people are like going crazy because they're like, the Rooney Rule is dumb because they're gonna just interview any black guy just to say they interviewed a black guy and hire.
Yeah.
So people are like, that rule was, but people have been saying this for years. This rule is dumb. It was never gonna work. They just did it to check boxes. But some of the best head coaches that are available are all black, and they're not getting any jobs. Brian Flores is the best coach available, no job. There's another guy, Todd Bowles, great defensive coordinator. He was the head coach of the Jets like 4 years ago. He's not even getting interviews. And then you have Eric Bieniemy, another offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, not even getting interviews. They're only interviewing Brian Flores just to say, hey, man, we checked off that box. Let's go hire some random guy. So everybody's up in arms right now because, like, one, he would have never even known this if Bill Belichick didn't mess up and send the text. So he would have just been taking interview after interview, wondering why I'm not getting any job when he knows he's the best coach available. He knows. Like, it's clear to everyone in the NFL that he's the best available coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not even getting any jobs. There's only one black head coach left, and it's the head coach of the Steelers. And people are like, 70% of the NFL players are black. 40% of the defensive coordinators are black. Like 15% of the offensive coordinators are black.
Right.
But there's only one black head coach. No black owners. You see what's going on here as you go up. So people are like, no, this has to change. Brian Flores is like, yeah, I may never get a head coaching position ever again because I'm suing the NFL. But y'all gonna know
my name.
That this is happening.
I don't need a job.
My name.
Because you're not about to sit over here and talk about, oh, we interviewed him. No, you didn't. You already gave the job to somebody. You interviewed me to check a box when you know I'm the best available coach right now. Everyone knows that. It's not even close.
The fact that you have to make a rule to interview a black person is like white people at like a CEO place honoring Black History Month by putting on a dashiki.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I
Yo,
can't
Bath and Body
say-
Works, yo. That was horrible.
like
It's the same scent. They didn't even like try to, you know.
in reality, that is extremely disrespectful. Like you already know your plans. Like I know the plans that I have for you, says the NFL. Plans to see you fail. Come on, like that's
Right.
disrespect. That's extremely disrespectful. I feel away, and I'm not even I don't even like. I just watched the Super Bowl. I don't even do anything else. I just watched the Super Bowl.
Right.
But I feel mad disrespected right now. Like, how do you feel okay to say we're gonna do this because it's a rule that we have? We're not gonna hire you. We're just following the rule. That is disrespectful.
Agreed.
Yeah. And
like,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, like, I don't wrong him. Like, I'm suing y'all. I'm getting my money. I probably don't need I'm not gonna get a job after this, but the sue I'm gonna sue you, I don't need a job after this.
Period.
So I'm gonna sue.
So because what's it called? The Giants said Bill Belichick does not speak for the Giants and never has. So the fact that he would even send a text out like that is crazy because he's not even a part of our hiring process, which is true. But John Mara, who's the owner of the Giants, has been known to love Bill Belichick. I mean, they're like neck and neck, best good friends. So of course you probably told him, and then he messed up and texted so-and-so thinking that it was an official thing when it wasn't. So they're like, oh, Bill Belichick doesn't speak for us, da-da-da-da. But then another coach also came out and said the Browns, his name is Hugh Jackson, the Browns made a 4-year plan that said the younger the team is, the more money you get at the end of the year. The higher draft picks you get, the more money you get at the end of the year, which basically is telling you put players in the game that don't know how to play football yet. So they play as many minutes, they play as many snaps as possible. And then the more you lose, the more money you get at the end of the year. But he didn't know that whole contract was set up. So he said at the end of the year, when they went 1-15, not realizing he got a whole lump sum of money in his account. And he's like, wait, I didn't earn this. What happened? Then he read the contract and he was like, oh my God, they tricked me. He was like, they kept telling me I had to play this guy, from ownership, thinking that, oh, they probably just love this guy. You know, I don't see it, but sure. What the hell? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Thinking like, yo, they tricked me into making us lose.
They are wicked.
And it seemed like they're only doing it to black coaches, which is wild because then you end up having a horrible losing record. Now,
and then no one else wants to be.
Now you're not getting hired, and it's like, wait. So yeah, it might make the team better, but then you fire me before I get the opportunity to get those good players and play them. Mm-hmm. So then now I'm stuck, and people say, "Oh, he can't be a good head coach because he has a 2-27 record over the last 2 years. He has to be horrible." Then you don't get hired. So Brian Flores was the guy that was like, I'm not doing that. He took the worst roster in football to the brink of the playoffs 2 years in a row and still got fired. That's the worst roster I've ever seen. They traded away the general manager traded away all of their good players, like literally, and he still took them to the brink of the playoffs. You know how good of a coach you have to be to take that group of. I mean, the team was bad. Everyone in the sports world thought they were going 0-16 that year, and they won. They went like 9-7 that year. Everybody was like, "Yo, this guy's nuts. How did he do it?" Just to get fired a year later after doing the same thing.
This almost like calls for like black people to just start their own thing, like their own team, head coach. All the way down to
bro.
There has to be some type of.
Go ahead. No, here's the thing about the NFL. Here's the thing about the NFL. The commissioner, who's supposed to be the head of the NFL, works for the owners. So in order for you to make an expansion team, it has to be signed off by the all the other owners. So you can't say, I'm a black guy, I'm a billionaire, we're starting a football team right now. Because they're going to say, well, we don't want an extra football team right now. if you buy one, you have to buy two because it's gonna throw off the schedule. So we have to make it even to have the same amount of teams in each league. So you have to buy two teams. I don't think you have enough money to buy two teams. Oh, so you have to have two billionaires now. And what are the odds of you finding two black billionaires with the way the country's set up? So now you're stuck because I can't just buy the one team. I gotta say,
you have to find another billionaire.
You gotta get $1 billion or $10 billion in order to buy the team, to set up the stadium, to get the rights, to get all the bro. What is going on in this world,
there's a group of black people that don't mind, billionaires that don't mind putting all together and making it happen.
You can probably find a group, but you still
to make
have
one team. Yes, Shaay.
Yeah. You still have to get the approval after that. I can get the two groups potentially. You still have to get their approval. I can go through all of this crap and then what? The rest of the owners still say they could come up with a whole bunch of nonsense on why they're not gonna approve.
So like here's the thing. So like the NBA is like crazy, or like the NBA has like 80 or 90% black in the NBA, but almost 60, like 50 or 60% of the coaches are black. So the owners know, like, granted, there's still no black owners, but the owners know, if I want my group of black players, if I want to get the most out of them, I have to put somebody in front of them that they can relate to. Let me go find a prominent black Hall of Famer or black player that used to play back in the day. Let's make him the head coach so that they can look at him and say, I can relate to this guy. We grew up the same way. We're here. And then you go play. NFL, I don't know if they're like stubborn. They're a lot older people, because the NBA owners seem to be a lot younger. These guys in the NFL seem to be dirt old, and they're stuck. And everyone's like up in arms because it's like, how could you possibly be like this?
All right.
You're trying to find somebody who 70% of the league is black. And instead of finding a black guy that they can relate to be their head coach, you find a short, stubby white guy to be stand in front of them. And then you say, oh, they played well. It's because of the coach. No, they played well because they're already good at football. Let's cut it.
So they use the black people to get them to a certain place. Then they fire them and say, all right, we're going to put in this rookie white guy, and they do a great job. But in truth, they're crap.
So that's why he's suing, and he was like, yeah, they tried to make me lose games so that they could then go and do whatever they want to do and get the higher draft picks and get the most players and then do this, that, and the third, so that we can go win. And then right before we're about to win, hey, sorry, man, we have to let you go. He wasn't cutting it anymore. No. You made me lose. And Hugh Jackson was like, I didn't even realize, because that was my first head coaching job, like in the NFL. I just wanted to be a head coach in the NFL. I didn't even read like the 4-year plan that they wrote out. I knew my contract. I knew what my regular contract was, but that little 4-year sneaky plan that they threw in there, I didn't even know about that. He was like, I got like $2 million extra at the end of the year in my bank account. And he was like, so I started asking questions. Like, granted, you should never ask questions if you get $2 million in your bank account. Maybe you ask your bank, like, me. He was like, I have to ask questions because I'm an NFL head coach. I'm already making millions. Where did this extra $1 million or $2 million come from? I didn't hit any incentives.
My bank account.
And then he was just like, oh my, and his lawyer or his agent was like, oh, this contract says the more younger players you play, the more blah, blah, blah you play, the higher draft picks you get. We went 1-15. We had the number 1 overall pick. He's like, I had the number 1 overall pick. So that lump sum hit my bank account hard. He was like, oh, just for getting the number 1 overall pick? Wait, why would you incentivize losing? And then he gets fired. And now the new coach couldn't even bring the team anywhere because the new coach was even worse than him.
$2 million. Yeah, it's horrible.
And then I'm saying the new coach that they hired after him was horrible. Like, got fired after 1 year. So it was just like, yo, you did all that. You basically made me look like a bad coach. So now, like, people still understand Hugh Jackson as a good coach, but like, he's coaching in college, which, granted, some of these college coaches are making bank. Like, they make more than NFL coaches sometimes.
That's true.
Like, he's not at like one of the top, like the Power 5 schools or like the SEC schools. Like, he's at I think he's at Grambling State. which is a good school, but it's not Alabama where you're making 10 mil a year, or Michigan where you're making 7-8 mil a year to be the head coach of a football team. NFL coaches don't make that much unless you're like Bill Belichick, been coaching forever. So yeah, it's a lot going on where I'm sitting there like, woo, I wish man. But the NFL got to stop playing around.
I wish I knew him. I really did. I wish I knew him.
What you was gonna
just
do?
ask him to buy me something. Just buy me a building. Just one day.
just buy me a pretzel, man. I just want a pretzel. Just
pretzel?
Just a pretzel.
All that money, you just want one pretzel?
Just a pretzel. I humble myself.
I can buy you from Quick Check.
I will humble
I will
myself.
take you to Arugas and buy you the big pretzel.
I can buy you a pretzel.
I'll take you to Quick Check and get you the braided one.
Yo, so what was the last thing about that too? Man, that just made me lose my train of thought. But
because that's Swabs. That's gross.
Why are you in
what you just say, Kaay? Well,
she was drinking Swabs.
No, before Don cut you off.
I said I just want the 2 million in my account.
No, it wasn't that. Oh God, this is a bad show now. I missed the whole show. My brain. But oh yes, I said the NFL got to stop playing around because that whole Colin Kaepernick thing, they paid that man like $20-30 million. So they got to stop playing around, because if Brian Flores win this and they find out that these owners have been incentivizing losing, his joint, especially because it seems like they're only incentivizing losing to the black coaches. Oh,
yeah, it could be a class action.
So everybody getting
a little
million.
Yeah,
that sounds like
40 million.
When name Flores, hey Brian, please remember me. Okay, I will let you know where I live offline. I don't want these people to come and follow me. If you're looking for me, just follow me on Instagram, DM me, and tell me. Don't ask for my cash app tag.
His Instagram is gonna change by the time he's gonna be 28.
Just contact me when you get your money, and I will tell you exactly where I need that money.
He's not gonna be able to find you by then.
Okay?
It's gonna be Ant DB28.
Don't worry. This day you will find me. This day you will find me.
I don't think y'all caught what he just said. He said, "Don't ask for my Cash App tag because I will block you." That was funny.
Yo, today somebody did it, and I said, "Do you know Jesus?" And I don't hear back from them until now. I said, I need your help. Who you need my help for? Who tell you say me can't help you?
That is funny, yo.
Today. Anyway.
Okay. On to the last thing. Georgia pastor Curtis Blankston and his wife were arrested in Griffin after police found 8 people with various disabilities locked in their basement with no way to escape.
Please hold on before you go any further. Please take this disclaimer. I am not laughing at the fact that
I'm sorry.
8 people. Okay, I just wanted to leave that out there. Okay, just want to put that into the airways and let people know that I'm not laughing at the disabled. Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry, I really wasn't laughing at that.
Go ahead, Brother Shaay.
Them just wicked, point blank.
So yeah.
No, they are not wicked. No, they are not wicked. What happened was that this man was taking care of these people who were on the street, and something happened where the house caught on fire or whatever. And when the fire people were trying to get through the back door, the lock that was on the back door was no good. So that's why the police said that it was a faulty lock and the man was keeping them against their will, when in truth, they weren't good in their right mind, and he was taking care of them in the basement. He never locked them up.
I was about to say, that was the second half of the story that I saw on the news.
Because the way my spirit was boiling.
Yeah, because remember a Fall from Grace, like that movie?
Exactly, Fall from Grace.
Yeah. That was
Let me tell you how my spirit was. Because I was like, because I never read the second part of the story. I just saw him crying on TV, and I was like, this man have the audacity to come up here and cry after him lock up people. You
ever saw that movie, Don't Breathe?
Great movie.
You're giving me a lot of
They have a second one. I'm ready to go see it now.
Yeah, you have to watch that movie. Only
Didn't watch
because
You never watched Don't Breathe?
No, I did not. Thank you.
D.
Oh,
I think you would like
two
it.
movies now for watch.
What it's about?
Okay.
Anxiety. She
And
not gonna
Don't
like
Breathe.
it.
Kay, tell her what it's about.
What's about?
Okay, so
Who's
it's about this
bad?
blind.
it's about a
It's about this blind man who has entrapped. Is that a word? No. Put the people in the basement, but he's blind. So it's like, why couldn't they get out? But he's blind, and it's like, was it like a army veteran or something? Like,
Yeah.
he just be knowing all the things.
Okay.
Like
I
any
couldn't
little.
get out the basement.
And we, because Shane is like, that's not
They
the movie, but
blind.
okay.
It
No,
is.
it's
Like-
close.
It
It's
don't make
close,
no
but
Don't try to play me.
she missed a very big part
But
of
they
it.
need to watch the movie, so I give them a little piece.
I respect
The
that.
piece
I
didn't
respect
make sense.
So
Yeah,
here's
watch it.
here's what it's
Exactly what I
about.
said.
Yeah,
She
Here we
was
go.
right. She was right, but she
Here
Here we
missed,
go.
she
Here
missed
we go.
something.
Thank you,
So-
Shane. Go ahead.
There's a army veteran that's blind. She was correct.
I said that.
And these 2 or 3 teens, young adults, knew he was blind and had money, so they tried to go in his house and rob
You're telling
him.
the movie now they're not gonna watch
No,
it.
no. That's it.
I didn't know
Tried
he
to
had
go in there and
money.
rob him, and then they get trapped because he's blind and knew they were coming. So go watch the rest of the movie now. Because
Okay,
it's
but how do you
wicked.
get trapped in a blind man's house?
He's
Listen,
blind.
Why
He
can't
fi-
just get
he
out?
knew
just
they were
because
coming.
he cannot see you does not mean he cannot hear you.
Okay,
Doesn't
yes,
mean
we
he
know
cannot
blind people's
smell you.
senses are
Doesn't
heightened.
mean that his other
That's
senses
fine.
were
No,
not
that
it's
means
Shabay,
like
go
I
watch
should be
the
able to get out
movie.
the
Go
house.
watch the
I'm
movie.
not
I mean,
watching
we,
it.
we
D,
was
if you could
trembling.
watch,
It's
don't
gonna
breathe,
vex me.
don't
I'm not
breathe.
watching
On
it.
Netflix, I think.
We was
I'm
in
not.
there
D, if you could watch
trembling
that
watching the
movie with, remember the movie that we watched and the guy he wanted to go look for that girl because of the road rage. If you could watch that, you could watch Don't Breathe. You'll be good. You'll be
She
good.
can't watch the read.
Maybe. But I keep on a look away from the TV because of my anxiety. Like, I
You
can't
saw
watch.
it,
No, I'm not gonna lie. It's not scary, but
It's suspenseful.
you're
But
gonna be
it's
like,
like, wait,
Flip out.
yeah, exactly. No, yeah,
Yeah.
I can't watch show. That's why I don't watch a lot of, yeah. Because it
Yeah.
miss.
You
Because
can watch it in
like,
the daytime.
you know he's blind. You know he's blind, but
Yeah.
like you know,
Kayla,
like,
Kayla.
bruh. That's what I kept saying the whole movie. I was like, bruh, how?
Yeah,
How?
'cause
How?
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
try.
He a sniper.
You can try, man. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, I'll try.
There's another movie. Oh God. There was another movie just like that where
They're really not
Um,
paying us enough to say these movie titles.
word.
By that
Thank you
they,
so very much.
look, they
People
probably
want
can
some
make
next movie
one
and
more
The
we
movie
dollar.
done made
Yeah,
all the
but-
money you need.
Money moves, right?
Okay.
Money moves.
Yeah, but the man did not do such a thing. He was being a good Christian man.
But
Just
how
doing it
long were they
illegally.
down there?
Yeah.
So
See?
I don't know.
the
and why
matter,
was he keeping them in the basement?
so I
Where
don't,
they
I
fed?
don't think
Like-
the issue is that they were trapped in the basement. I think the issue was they were in the basement when they couldn't get in the back door and thought, oh, they're being trapped down there, or the back door leads to the basement. So I don't think they were trapped in the basement. They probably could have just went upstairs. I think the issue was the back door that the fire department tried to come in
Could not get
was
through.
locked and they couldn't
Right.
open it. So they said that
Right.
he's trapped because that back door probably leads directly
Mhm.
to the basement. So I don't know, but
Like
that-
if they
that
were
first
malnourished, if they never had no food, if they weren't being treated well, if they were beat up and blood and all them, so
Mhm.
then I would be concerned. But he was taking care of them, He was, giving them water, like how Grace is drinking hers right now. I mean, because no, but like he was taking care of them. It's just that when they came because of the fire, they could not manage to get into the door, which they could have just broke down. But I guess not everything is easy to break down these days.
but I don't understand why they didn't just go through the front, like unless the front
I
was where the
mean-
fire was, because like you
I
try to go to the
mean-
back door, which doesn't.
He was
really
probably
make
trying
sense
to reach the people in the back. That's what he was trying to do.
That's probably what it is for real.
Yeah, because certain people don't have so
Something-
much
something
sense.
is not.
So much sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
I
they
thought
did
he was
clear it up.
crazy.
They
Yeah.
did clear it up on the news, big news, eyewitness news. They cleared it up. I was watching it with my parents. I said, oh, okay, this makes sense now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
because
I was with you, Shaay.
Yo,
I was loading up. Like, I can't wait to talk about this on the pod.
Headlines will literally kill you off.
Kill
Like,
you
these
because people probably
headlines,
left his church still. They probably still leaving his church right now.
Yeah, I'm
tell
still
you.
Not
vexed.
I want him
realizing.
locked
I
me
need
up.
to drag
Still
I
him.
got Jamaicans in his church. Me no want him locked me up.
Drag
Don,
him.
what?
Because I can't with the two of them right now. Just hide them under.
I
This
need to drag him.
cannot be serious. Oh my god.
Please, Grace, move the mic over, please.
the big Martinelli.
Why is they like this?
Yeah.
Big Martinelli. He couldn't even
Oh
pour it
yeah,
out.
weak. Come on.
He couldn't even pour out the Martinelli.
Yo,
That
a
is
sip
funny.
ear.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to get some sponsors. I don't know about y'all.
Oh, nobody can even see that from where you are. You're blocking the
Ain't
screen.
no
It's
label
horrible.
sponsors.
The peach one,
That's
don't it?
horrible product placement.
That is funny.
Let me teach you a thing or two. Horrible product placement.
Exactly.
You might as well get endorsed for the Christmas balls you still have up on your window.
All right. I think that's it for today, man. Let's get out of here. We recorded this mad late tonight. Like, yeah.
Look at everyone
Let's get out of
nodding.
here.
Well,
So
work tomorrow.
exactly.
I know.
Who do you want to have a piece later?
Anyways. Sorry for those who don't have work tomorrow.
Don't have work tomorrow?
Yeah.
I have work, but I get off early. I get off at 3:30. I'm about to be home early.
That's early?
Wow. Yeah, I usually get off at like 8, 9 o'clock. You know me. I be at work all hours of the night.
You know me.
My truck.
He's a social worker.
Know
She
me,
has
I
set
be in my
hours.
bed
I
until
might as well
12
be a
o'clock.
social.
Yo,
I might as well be a social
fight
worker too.
me.
I have
You know
set
me.
Y'all not
hours.
about
I
to
get
be
what you want to
coming.
do.
You're not about to be coming
I be in
from
my
me.
bed.
Okay.
I be in my bed until 12 o'clock in the day. Maybe 1, maybe 2. It all depends.
You need to be helping
Me too.
your brother-in-law.
Oh, put a new cast.
No, he's back in person. He's back in
New cast.
No
That's so
cars,
nice.
no cars.
Yeah,
Let me
so
tell you,
he's-
my hand did look bad.
I had a couple more
It
jokes.
look bad.
I had a couple more
Thank
jokes.
God for water. Thank God for
I'm
soap.
just telling y'all, I'm looking for my laptop charger because it's finna die.
No, but I'm pretty sure your skin just came off like
Healing.
Listen,
Nastiness.
it was like a book. It just,
Ew.
On that note,
That's
Shane,
so gross.
right. Thank you.
was the
That was
who's
Yeah.
the grossest thing y'all
That's
said all
funny.
year.
Kay, where can they find you?
They can find me at K_MS on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and so just hit me up on the gram, TikTok, KMS as well, and then all of we's at Spicy Bunch. Thank you.
All of the
All of
women,
we
the
girls.
womans,
all of
females.
the we's.
the women's.
Yes, the Spicy
Shaay.
sisters.
Purr.
Shaay, where can they find you?
Rochester.
You can find me on Instagram at the Curly Shaay with 2 A's. You can find me on Twitter at as told by Shaay _ in between as told by and Shaay. And then you can find I'm missing something.
Your podcast.
Yes, okay.
I will not go tell you again every week.
Okay, all
Right.
right.
Okay.
Last time, guys. Sorry,
We're not
sorry. You can listen to my podcast on all platforms, and you can find the page on Instagram _T, just the letter T.
It's awesome, guys. Go give it a listen. Our first episode was awesome.
10 out of 10.
Listen
10
to it for
out
my
of
devotion.
It was good. Alex.
Dear OJ, what's up?
D.Samuels on Instagram. That's D with 3 E's. OD Creations, that's ODEE. No, OD_Creations, that's ODEE_Creations. On Instagram, we have a TikTok account. We're on Facebook also.
TikTok.
So, you know, yeah, follow us on the social medias. OJ is Simba Neil. That's Simba, like in Lion King. And Neil,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, Neil,
I was
like
waiting for
Neil.
it.
Instagram.
yeah,
Find me on Instagram
yeah.
on the gram.
All right, Davon, where can they find you?
They can find me at Instagram at dmarkant27. Right? That's D as in dog, Mark as in the book of Mark, and then ant as in the thing you step on during the summertime. 27. And that's Instagram. Then you can find me on the YouTube and Blackwood Media Productions. And I don't have a Twitter. I think I'm going to make one though.
Oh Lord.
And then
Dark place, man. Dark place.
It's dark. It's fun though.
Welcome
Fun,
to the
fun,
dark
but
side.
it's dark.
It's a lot of fun.
Gee.
10 out of 10 do recommend.
We say it every
bring the
week.
light to it.
I go on Twitter more than Instagram. I'm on Twitter
We
more than
can
Instagram.
bring the light to it.
Twitter
There is
is
no
dark,
light.
but it's nice. I love Twitter, yo.
And I tried to open back my Snap the other day, but I just decided no, just no.
No.
Your what?
Why would you do that?
My Snap. My
I'm
Snap.
only there
Why
for the
would you go
memories.
on there?
I'm literally
Yo,
only
I
there
do
for
the
them.
same thing. I do the
Just
same
leave
thing
it
for the
alone.
memories. Memories.
No.
Anyway, I think that's it. And then Facebook, just put in my name. If you don't find me, you don't find me. If you find me, you find me.
Okay. Don and Grace. Grace, what's up?
You can find me on the Instagrams at Gracie_.
You have to say Dom's part for him this week. D said it for OJ.
Well,
Bye.
shit, that-
You can find me on the Instagram and the Twitter.
I want to hear Grace say it.
She
Please,
probably don't
please.
even know it.
I want to hear her say it.
His Instagram name is Man.
He's a shameful person. Shameful. You can find me on Instagram and the Twitter at me name man. That is me name man.
His name is man. Shane, where can they find you?
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Wow. You can find me on Insta and Twitter at that's a underscore Shane. You can find me on YouTube at Shaniac, the Helmer, HELMER, and
like
D-Rod
the
and
helmet?
Shaniac Pod, my sports podcast with one of my boys. You can find me on Twitter there too at D-Rod and Shaniac Pod. You can find me on TikTok at Shaniac the Helmer underscore YT or at D-Rod and Shaniac Pod. Don't look me up on Facebook because no.
Period.
That's not a thing. We're not doing that.
Alright.
But
They're not doing it, but I do it. I'm on
No,
Facebook.
do not look him up
Please,
either.
please.
Because if
oh
you
my
find we,
God.
I'm also on TikTok.
Not
but I don't-
everybody know how to spell Donovan, so let me help you spell Donovan. It's D as in dog, O as in ocean, N as in Nancy, A as in apple,
Yo.
V as in
Velociraptor.
Visa, O as in
Velociraptor, I lost it.
ocean, and N as in Nancy. All right.
No, okay. Let's make some clarification. Everybody knows how to spell Donovan.
Donovan.
You guys, your family didn't know how to spell Donovan and
So
put
they say Don
Donovan.
Avon.
That is
On Avon.
Yeah.
You're talking about my mother?
Don Avon.
You're talking about my mother?
Yes, I'm
No,
talking about your
no,
mother.
we're talking about your great,
nice,
your
feel
great
like you're talking about
grandfather.
my
nice,
in
Leah.
America.
And my mother a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's
Oh
Anderson.
man.
Next week,
All
could we
right.
do each other's? Like
Oh
you,
god.
that's gonna be hilarious.
That's gonna
I'm
take
ready.
mad long. We have to study.
I call
Especially
OJ.
whoever got me.
Just about to say that.
Especially whoever got me gonna have to study because I got mad different
Oh
things.
no.
I call
Shane
Grace.
have to call
I
people.
call Grace.
Shane have to
Grace
call
is easy.
too much.
You probably spelled Grace
Call
wrong. too.
Davon.
Oh man.
Call me.
All right. Make sure. So we're on Anchor, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on YouTube, of course. If you're not watching this right now, we're on YouTube. What else are we on?
We
TikTok.
are on
iHeartRadio,
iHeartRadio. We are on Pandora.
D said TikTok.
We're not. The podcast is not on
It's not
TikTok,
streaming.
guys. We're talking about streaming. gosh.
But we're on
And
TikTok
we should
too.
be on
Yeah.
Google
We are on
Podcast
TikTok.
as well.
We're on Google too. Cool, Google.
You know what I'm saying? I do the thing.
Boop, 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 boop. All right. Make sure.
Feel like it's your V-Day, baby.
I'm about to put that in fast forward just so they can. Make sure you guys, especially for Spotify, Shaay is gonna start posting. Shaay is gonna start posting some questions for our community on Spotify. Make sure you guys go answer the questions. If you're on any other streaming platforms, leave a review of 5 stars. I don't want to hear no 2 or 1. No, 5 stars. And if you don't like the podcast, you put it in the description below. But I need 5 stars from everybody. Okay.
If you put 1 star, I'm coming to find you.
Speak it.
Don't care where you are.
Right now.
I'm coming to find
I
you.
release the
Whether you're in
spirit of
Italy,
5 stars.
Bermuda,
5 star in the name of
Jamaica,
1, 2, 3,
England.
4, 5.
Guys, we had a viewer in Singapore. I was like,
Singapore and Italy.
Right, Singapore.
I thought you were about to say
Yeah.
Suriname.
You know,
Suriname.
I love me some Singapore from the Chinese store, you know.
yo, Singapore
some good
rice
stuff.
noodles. Had some today.
That's some good stuff, man. You don't know what you're missing.
We're going to talk about foods in one podcast. Stay tuned. everybody.
Yeah.
We might.
We have
All right.
something.
That's episode 4. We'll see you guys next week. Later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.